Hey there, and welcome to my A Million Dreams full song tutorial. So, in a previous video of mine, I did just the chorus. So today, we're going to hit the entire thing all the way through, starting with the intro. Now, to me, the intro is maybe the hardest part, so if you're trying this out with me and it's a little bit too difficult, feel free to skip ahead to the verse. For the beginning, we're going to start with both thumbs on G, and then we're going to pivot back and forth between our left hand thumb, which is on G, and our third finger for our right hand, which is on B. Okay, so watch this. G, B, G, B, G, B, G, B. Okay, so again, that's thumb, middle finger, thumb, middle finger. Then what we do is we go with our pointer finger on our left hand down to F sharp, and the pointer finger for our right hand on A. Check this out. Then the third thing we do is we go to E with our third finger and D with our right hand pinky. Okay, so that's E, D, E, D. And then for this last one, we go down to C with our left hand pinky and G with our right hand thumb. Check this out. And then right here at the end, there's a couple little extra notes that we do, which are going to be C and B with our right hand. So watch this. It's going to be C, G, C, G, C, 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 B. So right there at the end, I went from pivoting to a little bit of a melody. Now, here's what we have so far. Then the second half of the intro, we start the exact same way, G to B. Then the next one starts the same way again, with F sharp to A, but the difference is for the right hand, we only hit A for the first two notes, and then we hit D, and then we hit G. So watch this. A, D, G. Then, it gets a little bit easier, we go to that same C to G. Okay, and we're going to end there, watch. And what I would do is just let that last one ring out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show it to you all together. Alright, now the next thing we're going to want to do is the verse. And sometimes we do the melody and chords separate. In this case though, it's better to actually just bite the bullet and learn them at the same time, because they both sort of play off of each other. So we're going to go to what we call G position, and that means our right hand thumb is on G, and our left hand pinky is on G as well. Now the first thing we're going to do is a G chord, which is going to be G, B, and D. Okay, so that's our first chord is a G chord. And now the melody, what we do is C, B, C, D. And that's the first line, which is, I close my eyes and I can see. So we do a G chord, I close my eyes, then we go down to a D chord, which is going to be D, F sharp, and A. Then we do the exact same melody again, C, B, C, D. Right? That's, and I can see. So, G chord, I close my eyes, D chord, and I can see. Same melody twice in a row. Then we go to what we call E minor with the left hand, and that's going to be E, G, and B at the same time. Now we're going to do the exact same melody yet a third time, C, B, C, D, and after that, our left hand goes to the C chord, which is going to be C, E, and G. Now, the one kind of weird thing, if you're thinking about the lyrics, is this is the first half of the word way, but it's not the ting yet. We're sort of saving that for after the chord. So watch this. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's way chord. Now here's the rest of that. Ting up. That's going to be C, E, and then for me is C, B. So all together, let me just show you that melody. Oh world that's waiting up for me. And again, that's C, B, C, D, C, E, C, B. That part's a little tricky, but all together it's going to go like this. So if you get lost, just watch that part and just follow along really slowly, but that's what we have so far. Now the next part, we are going to split the hands up a little bit. Let me show you just the melody. We're going to do That I Call My Own. And the way I played it was I did G, A, B, D, E. Now the chords are pretty simple behind that. We actually start with the G chord. And then when we get to That I Call, we go to our D chord. My Own goes to a C chord. So you can try that hand separate. First do, then do G, D, C. And once you're ready, you can put them together. G, that I call my own. Now the second half of the verse is pretty much the same thing. Only instead of C, B, C, D for the melody, it's like one less syllable. So we're going to cut that C out of the mix and just do B, C, D. Watch. G chord, B, C, D, D chord, B, C, D, E minor. So it's all the same stuff. It's the same chords. G, D, E minor. The only difference was the melody was one less note each time. Now, this part's different. The next line is through where no one's been before. And what I want you to do is actually stretch your hand up so that 2 is on B. Okay? So 2 was on A, now I want you to bring it up one note, up to B. And this is going to be through where no one's been. B, C, D, E, lower E, and then C, B. Through where no one's been before. Okay? Now on the chord end of that, we had just hit our E minor, so that already sort of happened. Then through where no C chord one's been before. Just like on the first half of the verse where that C chord kind of came in at a weird point in the melody, this does the same thing. Watch it again. E minor, through where no chord one's been before. And now for the next part, let's break our hands up again. So instead of going G, A, B, D, E, this time it's even easier. Watch. G, A, B, A, G. And that's, but it feels like home. Now the left hand, same exact thing as before. G chord, D chord, C chord. Putting it together, G, but it feels, there's our next chord, like home. There's our next chord there. Now, at this point we have the entire verse, and it's okay if it's a little bit confusing. You can always go back and re-watch, you can always pause, but I think it's going to make more sense if I show you everything put together. So check this out. Then the second half. Alright, we're crushing it. Let's keep on going. So the next part is the pre-chorus, and that is going to start on D with your left hand. Then you're going to go to E minor, and then you're going to go to C. These are all chords we've done before. For the right hand, for the melody, what we're going to do is take our fourth finger, and we're going to go to A. And then what we do once we're there is A, G, A, B, B, A, G, E, G. Okay, I know that's a lot to take in, so watch that again. They can say it all sounds crazy. Then, A, G, A, B, B, A, B, G. It starts the same way, but it ends differently. They can say we've lost our minds. Now the third line is very similar to the first, and it's going to go like this. A, G, A, B, 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 A, G, E, G. So essentially the exact same melody, but just the amount of syllables are different because of the lyrics, right? So just think about the words. I don't care if they call us crazy. Then the fourth line is different. What we do is we start on D with our pinky, and we're gonna do D, 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 B, B, C, B, A, G, G. Watch that again. We can live in a world that we design. Now we need to put the melody and the chords together for that pre-chorus. So we're gonna start with the left hand on D, then they can say, B is gonna match up with the E minor chord. It all sounds crazy. And you'll notice that chord happened in between the last two notes. Crazy. So watch it all together. They can say, it all sounds crazy. Then, D again. They can say, same exact thing. We've lost our minds. Then the C chord happens just after the last melody note there. Okay, right after the word minds. They can say we've lost our minds. Then, the third phrase is the same as the first phrase basically in terms of the timing. Then the fourth time, we can live in a world is going to match up with the E minor, that we design. C comes in just after the last melody note. Now here it is all together. Check this out. Alright, the next part would be the chorus, and that's what I covered in my first video. So I'm just going to cut that in right here so you don't have to click around to a bunch of different stuff. And the way we play this is we take our thumb and we put it on the note D up kinda high. There's D in the middle of the piano, but we're going to be one higher right here. Now this melody is actually really simple. We're going to hit D twice, then G twice with our pointer finger, then A twice, then B twice. So we get... Then what we're going to do is hit the same D again, but then we're going to hit F sharp. We're going to hit that twice, so we're going to hit G twice, then A twice. So the second part looks like this. The brightest colors fill my head. Then for the next part, we start with G, and this can be with your pointer, and then you're going to go up to C with your pinky, then B, B, A, G, G, A, down to E. And that's a million dreams are keeping me awake. Alright, all together, so far what we've got is... And then the second time through, it's the exact same thing. The lyrics change, but for us just playing it on piano, it's the same. And then the second time through, it's the exact same thing. The lyrics change, the words to the song change, but the notes on the piano don't. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna... And then here's the different part. Take. Instead of going to E as the last note like we did the first time, a million dreams are keeping me awake. We're going to end on G this time. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Right there, that's a G at the end. So now all we have left is the very last line. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. The way we play that is we take our thumb down to B, then we're going to go to E, D, D, B, B, E, D, C, B, B. Alright, now the chords for the left hand. What we do is we start on a G chord. So that means we take our pinky, we go to G, and And then we do the chord shape, which is root, third, fifth. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root, third, fifth. Easy enough. And then we're going to go down to a D chord. Now this one is actually going to have an F sharp in the middle. So it's D, F sharp, and A. And I'm playing them kind of weird so you can see all the notes I'm doing. Then what we're going to do is play an A minor, which starts on A. And it's basically just A, C, and E. It's that same chord shape. Then the last chord is C. So we start on C, we do root, third, fifth, and we get a C chord. A lot of y'all probably know this one. Then those 4 chords in order, G, D, A minor, and C, make up our song. Now that you've got the chord progression down, all you've got to do is match it up with the right hand. For some people this is the easiest part, but for others it is the absolute hardest part. And basically it just comes down to the level of experience you have as a pianist. The easy way is this. Chords almost always fall on the downbeat. So we feel music in groups of 4, like we'll typically count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 1, that's the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you sing the song, you can hear these downbeats. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. And you could hear it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So what I recommend you do is, even if you're not a great singer, sing the song and play the chords on the downbeats, right? Until you sort of get a feeling for where that happens. Then once you can get the chords on the downbeat and sing over that, all you do is replace the singing with the right hand on the piano. So will it take a little bit of practice? Yes. But it's going to be totally doable. You just have to dive in and try it. So I might say, okay, where's the first chord come in? 'Cause every night, okay, there it is. 'Cause every night, okay, there we go, it's coming together. And you might have to do that. You might have to sing it and say, where are the beats happening? 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the bright, okay, so bright would be the next chord. And once you piece it all together, it'll sound like this. What I'm going to do now is show you everything that we have so far, beginning to end. And feel free, once you've practiced this stuff, once you've gotten the hang of it, try and play along with me so that you can really get the timing down. And again, this isn't going to happen right away. You might need a week or 2 weeks, but come back to this and see if you can match me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pre-chorus. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice the melody has a lot of space in it at certain points. There were a ton of places where I was just sort of waiting, like 2, 3, 4, right? So that's a lot of downtime. What I would recommend if you're more intermediate, or if you want to just try and spice it up a little bit, is do more of that left hand during that space. So you could do a broken chord, you could do like, that kind of thing. And that's going to breathe so much more life into it than just having this downtime. Same thing even for the verse. If I go like, right, just adding a little bit of a broken chord down there. Or you could just repeat it. You could do, right, so all I did there was I repeated that chord a couple more times. And what that's going to do is make it more interesting. And I'm not going to give you an exact formula to follow. I want you to decide how you want to arrange this. Do you like broken chords? Do you like repeating them? Or maybe you're more advanced and you're going to do some sort of arpeggio. It's all fair game. Now you have the basics to this song and we can dress it up however we want. Alright, now we have one more section, which is the bridge. And what the left hand does is it starts on E minor, and we've already done that. Then we're going to keep the top 2 notes the same, but we're going to lower the bottom note down to D sharp. Okay? Then we're going to lower the bottom note down to D, and then down to C sharp. Now you'll notice, even though these top 2 notes stay the same, it starts to get to be a little bit of a stretch there towards the end. So what I recommend doing is switching out to your pointer finger at some point. Doesn't matter where, but at some point I'm going to just use my pointer finger instead of my middle finger for that middle note. Okay, then, stay with me. We go to a C chord, piece of cake, G chord, piece of cake. Now, let's talk melody. This is his wife singing, so I would take my right hand up to a higher register to sort of mimic her voice. And this next part starts with your 3rd finger on G. Then we go G, A, B, G, G, A, B, G. So that's however big, however small. Then we're going to do D, E, G, B, A, G, E. And that's let me be part of it all. Then F sharp, G, G. Share your dreams. Then we jump down with our thumb to B, D. With me. Then the next part kind of does the same thing, but the syllables are different, right? The lyrics change a little bit. But check this out. You may be right, you may be wrong. Just promise you'll bring me along. Now let's talk about how to put those together, right? The chords with the melody. Well, what we do is we start with the left hand, again on E minor. However big, and the left hand comes in right after that melody ends. Watch it. However big, then however small. Left hand again waits for the right hand to finish. Let me be part of it all. And you noticed that word part. That's the one place it's going to match up. Let me be part of it all. Share your dreams. G chord with me. And I know that's a lot to take in, so let me show you again. Left hand, melody, chord, melody, chord, match up right there. C, share your dreams, chord with me. Now, if you can get that first part down, the second part is pretty much the same. Watch. You may be right, chord. You may be wrong, chord. Just say that you'll bring, that matches up, me along. The next line is to the world you see, and that's D, D, A, B, D. And then for the left hand, we were on C. And now, all we're going to do is move these bottom 2 notes, C and E, down to B and D. Okay? So all together it's B, D, G. And that's going to come in on the last note of that, so it's like this. Here we go. To the world you see. Hey Lorelai. Dog attack! Oh! I'm sorry. I know, you need more attention. Okay. Playtime soon, I promise. Lorelai. Okay, we're almost done, and the last couple lines here are to the world I close my eyes to see. So that's going to be G, G, F sharp, E, D, E. And you'll notice I'm starting on my fourth finger, and then the eyes to see, that's going to be B, A, A. So I had to jump up a little bit. Then G, F sharp, G, and then because there's a harmony, we're going to do two notes here, which are D and B, and then A and C. So all together, here's the end of the bridge. Check this out. To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Now on the chord end of things, it's really simple. We're doing a C chord, and then we're doing a D chord. Two chords we already know. All together, it sounds like this. Now let me show you the bridge all together. Here it is. Alright, now you've learned all the individual parts of the song, and the only thing left to do is put them in order. And like most songs, it goes intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then it just does that again. Intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Then at the end you slap on the bridge, and then one more chorus, and that's the entire song. Alright, that's it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on it, and drop me a comment to let me know what other songs you want to hear. Until next time, this is Corey Lennox. Piano on.